Mommy brain, pregnancy brain, momnesia, all refer to the same thing. The common complaint new mothers have of forgetfulness, memory loss, and brain fog.
A lot of new parents talk about this. A new article published in JAMA Neurology suggests the term mommy brain may not be accurate. Dr. Frank McGeorge here to start an argument, I guess.
Exactly.
Well, you know, a lot of moms obviously know exactly what we're talking about, Kim and Devin. And personally, I think that any major life change that's as significant as bringing a new life into the world, that's going to create a period of adjustment. And until anyone becomes reacclimated, they are naturally going to be different than before the event. Now, that said, the authors of this paper really highlight that there are more important positive changes.
Studies show that as much as 80% of pregnant women and new moms report some degree of memory problem. Just ask some moms here at Local 4.
Is mommy brain a real thing?
100% real. Absolutely. Experienced it with every single one of my kids.
So do you think mommy brain is real?
Absolutely. It's totally a thing. I have a lot of mom friends that have kids in similar age, toddlers, and we all have experienced the same thing.
Clearly moms agree, it's real. Yet in the new JAMA Neurology article titled, "It's Time to Rebrand Mommy Brain," the authors say, in the few studies that have been done of memory function after giving birth, the differences in memory between mothers and non-mothers is non-significant. So why is there a difference between what women experience and what studies show? Well, they point out the difference may be related to the difference between asking the question in a quiet lab compared to the real world. In real world settings, at least one study found pregnant women did have poorer prospective memory than non-pregnant counterparts. But the bigger issue they raise is whether mommy brain is a bad thing, and they suggest it's not. Motherhood actually brings on physical changes to the brain that help adapt to the necessary shifts in attention, motivation, and sensitivity to caring.
Now, the authors also referenced a study where mothers actually had greater memory and learning ability when it came to things that were relevant to parenting. So the bottom line is simply writing off the changes to a woman's brain with motherhood as simply mommy brain basically underestimates the complexity of what's really going on inside.
Tell the truth, did a bunch of men write this paper who have never really experienced
they were all women that were actually trying to emphasize that the mommy brain thinking needs to change and adapt.
The branding of it needs to change to really reflect for what it is. So what's the bottom line here? Does it exist or does it not exist?
Well, it really does exist. I mean, I think it's definitely a thing. But as I said, you know, they're really pushing for a rethinking of the question. It's not about finding this as a deficit. So mommies are forgetful. Basically, it is about finding the adaptation that occurs so that better research can occur to figure out how and why we can optimize it.